Hello, everyone. This is Corey Network King here with Taste Urban Atlanta. Hope you're having a great day. We're super excited about our next event in this month. This month is April. It is April, and for those of you that don't know, it is International Black Women's History Month. It's an initiative created by Shea Battle. It was actually signed by Governor Nathan Deal back in 2016. So we said, listen, if we're going to be having an event in April, why don't we focus and feature Black women in business? So for those of you that have been to Taste Urban Atlanta, you know we spotlight Black-owned caterers, bakers, liquor companies, products, and services. Most times people think that Taste Urban is a food event. It is not a food event. It is actually a sampling of Black businesses around Atlanta. We want you to taste what some Black excellence in business has around Atlanta. That's what it is. But the food is the driver. We all know that we like that food. So with that, that's where we push that food, we drive that food and trying to put these revenues and these dollars back into Black businesses' hands. So, but today, so all month we are celebrating Black women in business, and we have some features of Black women that we're doing. Today, I am super excited about who we are featuring. This woman is a powerhouse, is a juggernaut, is one of my mentors. Like, listen, some of y'all have Michael Jordan posters on your wall. Listen, let me tell you who I have on my wall, okay? So with that, I would like to bring up Miss Dr. Felicia Phillips. How are you doing?
Oh, I am doing great. And it is such a pleasure to be here on your platform today. I'm excited.
I am super excited too. Like I said, it's so interesting where, you know, obviously we're doing the networking, you meet so many different people and stuff like that. But when I actually get a chance to meet and interact with somebody who also produces events, it's like, okay, this is somebody who looked like me. This is somebody who we molded from the same cloth type deal. So I am super excited. I am super excited for you to be here. I appreciate you taking the time to be able to be honored. You know, once again, I know we honored you some years ago for our women's brand.
Yes.
That we
It was the Connector Award.
The Connector Award. Yes, man, that was a beautiful event. Well, I'm about to get back down to memory lane right there. So you see, I was almost going, right?
Right. But come back.
Come on back. But we wanted to say again, thank you for the things that you are doing. And one of the reasons why, when we started thinking about that we were going to be doing these features, you know, again, I got you on my wall, my poster on my wall, like inspiration. And where that came from was when we first met. We've known each other for several years, but I met Felicia. Yes, 11 years. And when I met Felicia, it was at one of her events. Now I want to keep y'all to see, let y'all see how Felicia does it, okay? Most of us, regular people, you know, we have an event, we go to a restaurant, maybe an event hall, maybe even a hotel. Not this one. She had an event at a location that that the basketball team has in Atlanta. Back then, right now, State Farm, but back then it was Phillips Arena. And I was like, who else do I know that would do an event at Phillips Arena? And I knew at the time, 2 people. Now I'm sure there's but I knew 2. One was Oprah, okay? And the other was Dr. Phillips. So I was just like, you know what? I need to go, number one, and see this with my own eyes. And number 2, I need to meet this person because, you know, I was young in events then, and to find somebody, a pioneer that's already making these steps for me, I said, you know what? I definitely need to see how I can help her, how I can be a part so that hopefully if she just has these nuggets fall out of her pocket, I got them. No, you don't even have to, I got them. I'll get that nugget. Thank you. So I have been impressed with you ever since then, and just in all of you, you know, moving forward then. So tell us about that event that you did. First off, tell us what I'm gonna say it like this. What audacity did you have to say, you know what
Listen.
I'm gonna do it at Phillips Arena. I'm not going to the restaurant. I'm not going to this
But you know
banquet
what,
hall.
Corey?
I'm going to Phillips Arena.
The same energy it's going to take me to do an event at a hotel. Why not go big, right? Go big, go home. That's what I say. All they can do is say no. That's it, right? And luckily they said yes. Why? Because it was something in it for them too. And I think a lot of times when we look at partnerships, the one thing we have to remember is what's in it for them, right? Yeah. What's going to make them say yes? And at the time, you know, it was the WNBA season.
This is so ingenious. I can't wait until you tell them this story. This is so ingenious.
So butts and seats, right? And so we made the conference in conjunction with the game. And so when you bought a ticket to the conference, guess what? You're going to attend the game. And so it was a win for me. They weren't doing anything with the arena during the day. We partnered with IKEA. We hosted that whole eco office makeover there. That was a competition that they hosted, and it just worked out so well. And just the energy that we had there in bringing people together in our city at Phillips Arena at the time was just grand. And it really helped me to see just what people really want. People want to be connected, right? They love being engaged, right? The atmosphere was great. The energy was great. And I love what I do. You know, just like you, Corey, I have a passion for people and wanting to make sure that anything that I can do on my platform that's going to allow them to get to the next level, that's a win for me.
Yes.
And so just really, you know, partnerships really help to elevate your brand, right? And what we have to remember is not to always think about ourselves, but how are we enhancing the people that we do business with?
Yes, yes. And something that you speak about, which I wish that more of us Black folks would talk about, especially in business, are these partnerships.
Yes.
Are these partnerships, this collaborations, let's work together.
Absolutely. You know, I know that I would not be in business this year, 32 years, right? For this amount of time, had it not been for the right relationships.
Yeah.
When the economy is down, relationships are still in place. When there's a pandemic around, relationships are still in place.
I love that.
Right? And it has been my relationships.
I gotta write that down.
right. That have honestly, when I thought we would have to close our doors, we expanded, right? Our revenue increased, which was a blessing, right? But it was because I valued my relationships.
Yes.
Some of these relationships have been around over 20 years.
Yeah.
And the one thing that people want to know when they're in a relationship with you is that you're going to continuously show up, that you're going to be consistent, that you're going to be respectful. You know, I used to say, listen, two things I don't want. I don't want to be in a relationship with anybody who hasn't failed, because until you fail, you don't know, right? So fail quick.
Yeah.
Right. And a person who has nothing to lose.
Yes.
Right. Because I got a lot to lose. So I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who has nothing to lose. Right.
Like that. Yes.
Yeah. So those are things that as I am approaching a new relationship, I'm always thinking, you know, what does this person have to lose, or what does this company have to lose? Because I know what I have to lose. And I can share with you that I was in a really important meeting with a Fortune 50 company. And the CEO said to me, he said, if we do this deal with you, we're lending our credibility to your company. And I said, yes. I said, but my name is on the line. Mm-hmm. So whether you lend me that credibility or not, I still have to perform. Yeah. And that's what we have to think about as we go into partnerships. Yeah. You're lending your favor to someone else, right? You're lending your credibility. Yeah. And how is that going to affect the relationship so that you both can win?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, we talk about partnerships, right? And we know that when a partnership goes well, when it's like, hey, I have peanut butter. Hey, I got jelly. Right. Oh, man, we're going to be great.
Yes.
But what happens when
That's true.
when it doesn't go great?
And you know what? This is a good point, Corey, because this is what people don't do. We get excited. You got peanut butter, I got jelly, right? This is a great partnership. Okay, let's do it. But we did not put a strategic plan in place. We did not do a memorandum of understanding, because I need to know how you're going to show up in this relationship. I need to know what I'm supposed to do and what you're supposed to do. So when something falls through the cracks, we know who is responsible for it. Yeah. But we want to move so fast to the money that we forget about the foundational aspects that are going to keep this partnership running.
Yes. And I like how you said we get excited. Mm-hmm. We get excited about, this is going to be great.
Yes.
Let's just run.
Ain't nothing better than peanut butter and jelly.
But it's all about that foundation. Let's not forget, we still need structure. We still need planning. We still need organization. Mm-hmm. Yes, which a lot of people really don't understand until they get to those things. And it's like, wait a minute, what happened?
And there is a certain obedience that comes with success that lends to consistency. People tend to think that when they go into entrepreneurship, I can do what I want to do. I can manage my own schedule. I. But let me tell you, your life no longer belongs to you. You serve the people. You serve your clients. And if you want to maintain oh gosh, my words, I'm so excited. My words are
right.
But if you want to maintain a stellar reputation, you're going to show up. You're going to do a good job. And what I find a lot of times is that people want the success, but they're not prepared for it. And you have to prepare for the success that you want. Yeah. And the obedience comes in when you show up. When the person I see online is the person I meet in person. Yeah. The work that you say you can do, you actually do it. You actually deliver the outcomes that you say that you can deliver on. That's what matters. And that's what keeps you in the game.
I have talked to so many people about, and I like how you said obedience. Mm-hmm. I've talked about it as respecting business. Mm-hmm. That if you do not respect business, if you don't learn about business, if you don't treat business as and bow down to it, and I like that, be obedient to business. Those people who are obedient to business shows them so many things positive.
Yes.
But if you're those that are not obedient to business shows them so many things negative and starts taking things away. And it's just even harder to get through. And there's so many people I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah. And the thing about it, Corey, is the first thing we have to understand is our mindset, what we believe about ourselves, right? Because if you're allowing negativity, the fact that maybe you failed in the past to hold a for rent sign in your mind, that is what's holding you back. And we can't be held captive by our past mistakes, right? Because that keeps us from showing up. Right. What we have to understand is that we have a plan in place. Yeah. So when you take the time, I can't say this enough, 70% of small businesses fail because they fail to plan. Yeah. They don't want to do the strategic plan. They don't want to do a business plan. Right. And then when things go awry, they can't figure out why. Yeah. And you have no stability. You have nothing to refer back to. And when a company comes to me, the first thing that I want to do is a strategic plan, because that's what keeps us honest in the business.
Yes. And I was having a conversation with a business associate talking about that mission statement. Mm-hmm. That mission statement is what keeps you staying in your lane.
Yes.
Going back to that mission statement, going back to that consistency. One thing that I have noticed about you is that you have been consistent.
Oh, yes.
I
don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. When you got payroll, you better be consistent. When you got other families and people depending on you to run your household, their household, you better show up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And in our community, we get into this thing where we talk about, I just want everybody to be 1099.
Right.
Well, first of all, if you're a corporation, somebody's got to be on payroll.
Somebody got to be on payroll.
Listen, I'm gonna need all my accountants to inform their people if they are a corporation. Somebody got to be on
one
payroll.
person need to be W-2'd in there.
But I will tell you this: if you are really looking to level your game, you need a team. You need a team of people who understand the vision and the business model.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to change the game in our community, it's going to be through creating jobs, right?
Yeah.
When you can create jobs, now you're doing something. Now you're making a difference in your community. When you can reinvest philanthropic events, now you're making a difference in the community.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like about the work that we do is we're making real millionaires out of everyday people.
Yeah.
That matters, right? So when I look at over the last maybe 5 years, maybe less, that we've done about $50 million in contracts for Black-owned businesses.
Wow.
That's doing something, right?
Wow.
We're helping people. People get jobs. People sustain their businesses, take care of their families, right? So they can go to your events, right?
Yeah.
That matters.
Yeah.
We all work together in unison to promote wealth and not dependency.
How about that? Love that. So what made you want to, you could have done your business any type of way. What made you choose events?
So it's interesting. So for those who don't know my story, I actually had made a career in real estate as a developer. And when the market crashed, I lost everything. I had an 8-figure business. And when you walk away from something like that, you sometimes are in a place where you don't know what you want to do or what's going to be next, right? And I asked God, I said, this time I want to change the trajectory of families, of people's lives, right? So if I can help you start a business that your children can become a part of, and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, now I'm helping to change the trajectory. I knew I had experiences with acquisitions and mergers and acquisitions and taking products to market. And so I wanted to take that experience and take it to the everyday person who may not get that type of exposure. Maybe they can't afford it, right? Which is why we started the nonprofit. So now I'm doing something that not only matters to me, but it matters to the Most High, right? When you can help somebody sustain themselves and you start to change the trajectory of a community, of a family, now that's real success.
Love that. Love that. And I usually think about people who do it through events, because most times people have a business, and then when they then start doing it through events, it's like another business.
Yeah, right? It is. No, it is another business.
Another business, right? But there's so much selflessness that's there for that person that has an event, because they're typically, it's not for us.
It is not. And I'm so glad that you said that. Yes, people know it's us, but most of the time we're not getting anything out of it, right? We are, and I know for me, for many years, I reinvested my own dollars into MogulCon.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sure that for me, and I know the same is for you, you want your business to have certain options, right? You want it to be at a certain level for the people who attend. I want a 5-star event, and I'm not going to roll back on that, right? Yeah. So if I got to pay the difference for it to happen, that's what's going to happen, because I'm trying to create an experience.
Yeah.
And what I love is that people really see that and appreciate it. And I will tell you this, when I first started MogulCon, which now we're going into the 7th year, within the first 5 years, I had invested $250,000 of my own money. And that was hiring other Black businesses to run MogulCon, right? And so, and then just what we do as far as hiring consultants and just the whole nine, that money was spent just with Black businesses. And we do that every year.
Wow.
But now to get to this point, where, and you learn, right? As you evolve, I learned, hey, I needed to have this under a foundation.
Yeah.
That allowed me to get the partnership that we just received with the Small Business Administration.
Gotcha.
And then having Wells Fargo as a sponsor. Now the weight has been lifted, but what did we go back to? Obedience, right? Yeah. Even when I didn't see it, I had to keep showing up, keep showing up. Yeah. What I could see were the results that other people were getting from being in attendance.
That's amazing. And again, to have the foresight of the vision of saying, this is what I believe the end result will be. This is what I need to create in order for that end result to be. This is what I need to invest in order to get what I want to create, to get the results that I want to do. And then to have the obedience and the patience and the consistency to see it all the way through.
Oh, it matters. It matters, right?
Yes.
And then it's a level of comfortability, right? People get to know you. Yeah. They trust you. They know the type of events that you're going to have. And not only are they going to come, but they're going to tell other people who are just like, who are looking for those same things. And what I love is that we all have a calling, right? So you can have an event, I can have an event, and both events are successful because we're going to draw on different people because of what we're bringing to the table.
Right.
And that doesn't discount either one of us. There's enough room, enough money, enough of everything.
Enough people.
That we can sustain, right? And still help our community.
Yes. And I tell people this all the time, especially in Atlanta, there's 6 million.
In one day.
6 million people here.
Listen,
I can't have them all, even if I wanted to have them all. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, we have hundreds of events that are happening every single day. But each one of those events has the opportunity to be successful.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. You know, when I want to do something, I don't think about who else is doing it, right? That never comes in my mind. Doesn't matter to me. It's what I'm doing.
I'm laughing because I'm the same way. I'm like,
because guess what?
I'm doing this, and there's a
one Corey
on the same,
right? Is one Corey? Is one Felicia? The way I do it is going to be different than the way Corey does it, right? But I respect that, right? I'm still over here cheering. Go, Corey. I love what you're doing, right? You're still cheering me on. Go, Felicia. I love what you're doing. It doesn't hurt anyone, either one of us.
Right. Again, and that's because we think of in abundance.
That's right.
Versus scarcity.
That's
you
right.
know?
Mindset, Corey. That's the first thing I said. Mindset, right? If you have a scarcity mindset, then you're going to operate in lack.
All the time.
All the time.
I sometimes can't imagine. I'm like, people, y'all fighting off to these crumbs. You don't want to think about where the crumbs fell from?
Right. Now that's a whole spiritual passage right there, right? The crumbs from the master's table, right?
Let's stop fighting over these crumbs. Let's come together, go get this pie.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So tell me about your foundation. Tell me.
Oh my goodness. So
tell me about this foundation. Who did you want to affect?
Well, let me say this. It was birthed out of the pandemic, right? So that first month when March 2020.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to do something that is going to allow me to have a wider reach.
Yeah.
And when you understand that doing things by yourself is not going to get you to that next level, and that if you have the right team, the right partners, you can reach so many more people. Yeah. And to be able to do that without having to tax the individuals that you want to serve. Now, I'm all about fee for service, right? Because we know a lot of times when things are free, people don't see the value in it. Oh, it's free.
They say if they don't pay, they don't pay attention.
Exactly. Well said. And what I wanted with the foundation was the fact that I see a lot of businesses who come out the gate, they have an idea, they do well, but then they plateau. Yeah. And they don't know how to get to that next level. So I did good. I'm making a great, consistent 6 figures, but I can't get out of that. Yeah. I can't make my way to 7 figures, 8 figures. I just don't know how. I've done everything I can do. So what the 1 Million Dreams Foundation does is say, okay, great. You did an awesome job coming out the gate. We're going to take our resources, our partnerships to help you now build a scalable business that we can help you get in front of these corporations, in front of the federal government for contracting so that you can move your business into the next level. Yeah. We're going to really evaluate your business idea to see, was it even scalable in the first place? Yeah. Or did you create a job for yourself?
Did you create a job for yourself?
Yeah.
Well, which if that's what you wanted to do, then okay.
And that's fine.
But some of us want leverage.
And that's what we're looking for. Yeah. I'm looking for those Black women who are wanting to scale their business to the next level. That they're fine with taking on employees if it's going to get the job done and move the company. Right. And so we've done great in finding those businesses. Yeah. Helping them to partner and align themselves. Because what I teach is you don't want to be another vendor. You don't want to be another supplier to a corporation or to the federal government. You want to be a strategic partner. You want to have solve things. You want to bring solutions to the table.
Yes.
And that's
there is a difference. There is a difference between being that vendor versus that problem solver, that partner.
Yes, because as a strategic partner, if I have an idea, I'm going to come to you and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. Yeah. So now you get to be there from inception, right? You get to see it all the way through, which is different than we're just going to put out an RFP or RFQ and everybody can bid on it, right?
Right.
So that's what we're doing. And I'm excited about it. I said earlier, we partnered with the SBA, and what that means is now we have those resources that we can share with our small businesses. I always say, I don't think a lot of people knew who the SBA was until the pandemic, right? Now everybody knows, right?
Man, on it. And, and it's interesting when the pandemic hit, there was so much negative. But when I heard somebody talk about the phrase of the law of polarity, which states there are 2 sides to everything, and when you have something that came in so negative, it's hard to see that there's positive, but there was a lot of positivity that came out of the pandemic, and that is one of them. There was all of these now resources that most people didn't even know about was even available to them, now have the opportunity to get them. So
absolutely. And you know what? It made us realize, a lot of us, maybe that we need to tighten up our foundation, right? I think we really started to see how important financials are to our business, right? Yeah. Having the right accounting system in place.
Yeah.
Because that's where a lot of our businesses struggled, is they didn't have that. Right. And so because they didn't have the supporting documents, they couldn't get the funding. So we want to make sure we're bringing in strong businesses. I'm excited about it because now at MogulCon, we're going to have a full federal day, a full day of federal agencies. You getting the information, getting that one-on-one, face-to-face, and even finding out what funding is in place for you.
How about that? So tell them when MogulCon is.
Yes.
Tell them how they can sign up for that.
So MogulCon is November 3rd through 5th. It's in Atlanta, Georgia at the Whitley Hotel in Buckhead. And you can actually go online to mogulcon.com, and that's MOGULCON.com, where you can purchase your tickets. It is a 3-day event. So the first day is all around federal government and funding. The second day is where we're going to get you into learning how to understand supplier diversity, the certifications, getting those corporations to come in and tell you how to do business with them. But we're also going to take a look at your personal business model. Is that working for you, right? And we're going to have some men. We always have men at MogulCon. You know, we have more women in attendance, but I always like to bring in men, especially those men who are advocating for those Black women-owned businesses and supply chain and different areas like that. We do focus on millennials as well. We have quite a few millennials who are just killing it out here. And so we want them to share their secrets too, right? I want you to get to the money fast. I don't want you to take forever, but I want you to do it right so that you'll be around.
Do it right the first time.
That's
so you don't have to go back.
Oh my gosh. Think about if, you know, in our community, we think we could Google, right?
Everything.
Honey, you will lose time and money and opportunity waiting on Google and YouTube University to help you. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes we have to make the move to invest in ourselves so that we can get to that next level, so that people can make those personal introductions for you and help you just move your business along faster.
Yeah, 100% agreed. How can they connect with you? How can they, if they want to follow you, what are your handles, all that good stuff?
I'm on all social media platforms at I am Dr. Phillips. I am Dr. Phillips. That's everywhere. Okay. And you can simply go to my website, FeliciaPhillips.com.
It's that easy.
It's super easy. You got to keep it simple for people, right?
That easy.
You don't
I wish that you could be there with us April 20th. I know that you are going to be out of town. But listen, you definitely will be at one of our upcoming events when it comes to the area. If you are listening to this and you have not gotten your ticket yet to the event, number one, what you waiting on? Number one. Right. Number two, make sure that you go to tasteurban.com, get your ticket, come out and network, come out and be around other people who are building their business, who are networking with them, sharing resources, who are supporting Black businesses. Actually, like say, doing business with Black businesses. So with that, we will see you April 20th. And like I said, Dr. Phillips, I appreciate you taking this time today. I appreciate just being the person that you are. You know, there are certain people who that have so much benefits inside them that they could be sharing with other people, but for whatever reason, they're not. And you have always been that person that, and I believe you truly believe that you are a vessel to where, you know, God has poured this into you to pour into others. And you are doing that just phenomenally. So I truly, truly appreciate the relationship that we've had, and thank you. Because of you, things have been a little easier for me of just watching what you do, knowing that certain things are even available. I have a goal in mind for my own self, do an event at Phillips Arena. Why is that? Because I saw it be done by some. I was like, oh, I didn't know we could do that.
Listen, and there's nothing wrong with taking the roadmap that has already been played, right? The strategy, and using it for yourself, right? Listen, that's a smart man.
I'm not about creating.
Don't recreate the wheel.
Ain't no reason. Ain't no reason. So again,
well, you make it happen. I'll be there.
Listen, yes, yes. So again, I appreciate you. So again, we will see you guys at Taste Urban Atlanta, April 20th. All right.